Hello there. Hi, it's me, Anna Santacroce. You see, I'm wearing my shirt about derivational morphemes and prefixes. All prefixes are derivational morphemes, and one of them is one of my favorites, inter. Other favorites are ante for before, are mem for of the mind or mindfulness, and com or con, together or with. Now let's get back to a meaning of inter along with inter's other meanings. Inter is a Latin prefix and derivational morpheme. It means among or between, in the midst, or reciprocal. I'm going to use the last meaning, reciprocal, as in, the kind of like a reverse mechanism. And I will be talking to you a little bit about the ways in which pronouns, even in antecedent, how some are very skilled in some kind of fantasy world of theft, embezzlement, theft of authorship, of stealing between second and third persons to other second and third persons or to themselves as first persons. These people are known as embezzlers. And I will be getting a little bit into some kind of fantasy matriarchy, loads and loads of comprehension related to the finances of loads and loads of information about finances in reciprocal places and reciprocal relationships with finances, delusional matriarchy, and even the audacity that no one knows. Anna Santacroce, have 0 children. I am not a childbearing person, but where are these people's children who have committed the fraud against me? That they have the other fantasies of entitlement, some kind of delusional matriarchy of larceny, wardenship like feelings of entitlement, malpractice, and the like. And I am not, we are not going here. We are not going where someone gets to share herself or himself through embezzlement, larceny, 812 in Florida, criminal facilitation in Florida, so that we're aiding and abetting 777.011, 115 in New York. Bribe a little embezzlement, 812, or bribing 838 in Florida, criminal facilitation 777.011. More as far as even where these people's own children are, the fantasy of a matriarchal pole, first of all, where the finances, who is it? The finances are so far off from what they have smuggled between other second and third parties and what it is that they have smuggled from me, their feelings of entitlement, even kind of in like an old-fashioned wardenship in Europe. Oh, heck no, this isn't going to fly. And it's not going to fly by legal terms, injunction terms, even getting ready to investigate even more. It's not going to come down to being, in someone's world of stealing everything, giving to second and third parties, and being, as we get back to the term reciprocal, where their own children are, what their own behaviors are as far as trafficking, human, sex, drug, sex work, and opiate work themselves, opiate addiction themselves. I don't have anything to do with it. And I am beyond fed up with the unable to observe opiate users in their presence or meth users, including in any type of employment, unable to define the reciprocal relationships with even more larceny and real estate, adultery, 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 real estate, shell and sham bribery, criminal facilitation paychecks, and the people criminally facilitating in my settings. So, this is not going to fly that someone uses even more and more of my labor, authorship, and that, these settings that you're not allowed to reciprocate the criminal facilitation between what they have done within the last 2 years. The hacking into settings, the vandalism at home, near arson, pouring toilet water into my Listerine, shooting BB gun pellets into my window, all criminally facilitated New York 115, aided and abetted action 777.011 in Florida, all treated with bias supremacy, let alone unauthorized consent and malpractice between the programs. So why would I use a prefix like inter? Because it includes reciprocal, the opposite, the reverse. How could a person possibly uh, have the rights to denying the shell and sham bribes known as criminal facilitation and aiding and abetting to what they did within the last 2 years, the embezzlement in more than one of my Annas. So I just gave you an antecedent. My is a possessive pronoun, first person, and it relates to Anna, the proper noun we know as my name, my first name, Anna Santacroce's data, and Anna Santacroce's belongings. In what world would someone not know that I know that others, well, for people who have long-term opiate addiction, the enslavement that they have put me through July 15th to August 1st, 2025, a group of individuals running around committing forgery and unlawful consent. I continue to test negative. Do you know that people are enslaved, that there are delicate lives in other parts of the world with all of these shenanigans related to using and trafficking opiates in Florida or New York? That's right. As delicate as it is to have been lied to about embezzlement in at least four or five business practices, loads of unauthorized consent, as delicate as it is to have been abducted, as delicate as that is, these are people where every mind game played. I guess the mind games played are like the delusional matriarch imagining even more unauthorized consent in my and other cases, that you win an award for not knowing where your own children are, living in homes funded by adultery that are far more expensive on Eastern Long Island or Patchogue. So here we go. People who have criminally facilitated arson, embezzlement, and the lack of reciprocation kind of offers them the lied about bias, feelings of entitlement, the obstruction of the Justice of the Year awards. So some of these people really win the obstruction of the justice via bribery of the year's awards. Others receive the awards for can do no wrong, tipping between second and third parties to second and third parties, or themselves as first awards, known as criminal facilitation and larceny. And others have won the award for the can do no wrong, bias benefit of the doubt award, and that will be 2 years. I will suggest it has been 2 years since one little lady has fooled us all in her in the things that she has done against me, the times I could not even file injunctions against her as an individual. And the benefit of the doubt and the obstruction of the year award surely goes to that group of individuals. Anything that they say to criminally facilitate sex work, trafficking, abduction to be used for sexuality, let alone with what stratified hierarchies, opiate users and traffickers, meth users and traffickers. If you are not allowed to observe or identify meth in someone's eyes, test them even for urine or hair after that, then something is wrong. If you're not allowed to speak of metrics where people have unlawfully used mine, 817.566 and 568, larceny within metrics, 812, theft of authorship, furniture sprees, then socially, I think most people should learn too. Not, the drug addiction that you cannot identify someone who comes into a school with that type of hierarchy, a library, a home, group of cyber stalkers, 784.048, 81504, 81506, 93403, and 425, 817.034. So all of those were stalkerware and spyware statutes and laws in Florida. There are comparable ones in New York. How dare you play these games with trafficking people in other parts of the world? The delicate nature of human life and slavery, as I know from coming out scot clean and being embezzled from, malpractice 766 in 2025 and 2026. Uh, all of these unauthorized consent related bullies hunting around, never answering calls, but ready to commit more abduction. I'm fed up. I'm afraid of them, and I don't find it funny to lack conscience to those degrees. So today is May 1st, 2026. I am speaking to you clearly about tipping for lied about abduction and slavery, as well as some delusional matriarchy relationship with fraud, where these people's own sons and daughters are. That one thing, that handing off, first of all, loads of what you are immediately gaslit into not allowing to be reciprocated verbally, as far as finances, people living off of in really expensive homes and neighborhoods, rent-free, deposit-free, mortgage-free, mortgage interest-free, mortgage deposit free, free of electricity charges, free of water charges, technology and stalkerware, their alcohol, their drugs, their uh, homeowners insurance and property taxes, vehicle and gasoline, and some individuals who have really won the bias and crime engaged benefit of the doubt year's awards for 2024, 2025, and 2026. Delusional feelings of entitlement, some kind of matriarchy, patriarchy spell that is kind of showing to be like a European wardenship, including providing homes for drug traffickers, stealing others, and including my data and moolah. Not going to happen. So this is Anna Santacroce, making myself very clear. I am aware of reciprocation and the gaslighting experience to not be able to verbalize what scam artists are up to and the loads of lies as far as what they are entitled to with unauthorized consent and bullying, stalking, and other settings and the like. Thank you.